in person with Dennis Quaid. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Rich.
Thanks for coming on this show.
Great to be here.
I
Thanks for
am
having me.
a huge fan of yours and some of the films that you have been, sports-related in a way. A lot of people don't throw it out there as a sports movie. Breaking Away is no question a sports movie.
Cycling is sports.
Well, I mean, when you hear people say your favorite sports movie, you get
Right.
the usual the Brian song and,
Right.
and other films that you've been in, obviously The Rookie being one of them. But Breaking Away is classic. What did you know at the time that you were part of something as special as it turned out to be?
I was 24, and I was just so glad to be working.
Yeah.
And, it turned out to be one of the greatest experiences of my film career, really, the making of it. Peter Yates, who directed that, became a mentor to us and really kind of taught me film acting. It was like my third job.
Is that right?
Yeah, and we just did a reunion at a cycling convention in Las Vegas about 3-4 weeks ago, and all kinds of people coming up saying, hey, I started cycling because of Breaking Away.
Because of Breaking Away.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You know, and here we are, obviously, years later, we're like celebrating another iteration of Rocky from that day and age.
Here we go.
And here you are having people walking up to you saying that they cycled because of breaking away from all those years ago. And then a film like The Rookie, I watched that on a plane for the first time. I've seen it many times. And I started crying at 40,000 feet, where you played Jim Morris coming out of school to try and play baseball.
It's always about the dad. That's why you.
It is, though. Isn't that what makes a great sports movie? It's about the relationship.
Fathers and sons.
Fathers and sons.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what makes a great sports movie?
Well, it's one thing that contributes to it. That's for sure.
Right. And did you meet? I assume you met Jim Morris.
Jimmy Morris was on the set quite a bit. I wanted to befriend him because I'm playing him, and when I play real characters, I feel like I have an obligation to at least portray their spirit. And he was a great guy. It was great to have him around.
I have Dennis Quaid here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you're from Houston. Does that make you a Texans or an Oiler fan? How deep back do you go?
Well, I'm from the Oiler era of, I moved in 1974 and from Houston, and I'm an Oiler fan.
Right.
At least I was.
The back in the day Houston Oilers.
Yeah, I mean,
and the
going
Bum
back to
Phillips.
George Blanda, Ray Childress, Warren Moon, Dan Pastorini, Earl Campbell, of course.
Sure, of
Bum
course.
Phillips.
With the hat, with the lid, the 10-gallon hat.
When they left Houston, I followed Bum and Earl over to the Saints.
Yeah.
Became a Saints fan. Still am.
Yeah. And now, Wade Phillips, son of Bum, which is, by the way, what he's known on Twitter, @son of Bum. He tweets, that's his handle, son of Bum.
Son of Bum.
Now he's there in Denver, coordinating the defense for the Denver Broncos. And, it's quite a family tradition, those Phillipses.
They're great guys.
I got Dennis Quaid here on the Rich Eisen Show. So the film Any Given Sunday, what was that like being on the set of that movie?
That was amazing. It was an Oliver. Oliver was directing that movie, and I think he made a really great football movie. I think one of the best. He got a lot of angles and put the camera in places that I'd never seen football done before, and the sounds that were there.
Sure.
And amazingly, nobody got hurt. That's what that was. And but every morning at dawn, because we didn't start shooting till like 11 or 12 o'clock, on the tee at Doral would be myself, James Woods, Lawrence Taylor, and Jim Brown.
Get out of here.
And we'd go at it like 4 or 5 times a week.
And who's the best?
Try to get in each other's pocket.
And who is the best at that?
Oh, I think at the time probably overall, I'd have to say Lawrence Taylor, because he could come out of the car in his flip-flops at 6 in the morning, and you don't know where he'd been, but he'd tee it up and he could hit the ball. He'd wear 2 gloves and just it's just a gifted athlete. But Jim and I are out there playing. Jimmy Woods and I are out there playing with arguably the best offensive and the best defensive player ever play the game.
Two goats.
Yeah.
No question about that.
Yeah.
So balls in the air, tee time 6:05.
As soon as the sun came up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And LT comes out of a car in his flip-flops. And
Right.
No warm-ups, no nothing. Just pegs it up and starts hitting it right down the middle.
Right.
And what was it playing like with Jim Brown? Did you ask him about movie stuff when you were golfing with him too? Because I mean, he had quite a movie career too. Jim
Yeah,
Brown.
he did. Yeah,
I mean, he's a Dirty Dozen.
A civil rights career, a
Yeah.
film career. Yeah, but he's an icon, and he's a historical figure, really.
Right.
He's quite a very intelligent man.
Sure.
A very compassionate man, and also to play the game like he did, to have there was rage inside that was just that he was able to channel so well.
And then leave it to go have a film career in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That's
Incredible guy, Jim Brown.
You're playing golf with those two guys. That's bucket list stuff
pretty
right
amazing.
there. Dennis Quaid here on The Rich Eisen Show. Let's talk Art of More, which was released last Thursday on Crackle. You play Samuel Bruckner in this auction house drama series, which is not usually the title you hear about for a TV show.
Well, it really centers around the world of the art auction houses in New York City, which is a fascinating world, really. I mean, whenever there's a Picasso or Elvis's guitar or something that goes on the auction block, and we see it on the nightly news that it went for some ungodly amount, our ears perk up about that. And how does all that happen? And it's about coveting. People covet things and give value to things.
Certainly sports memorabilia too.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very interesting world around that. And it brings out all the wonderful things about human beings, like envy and greed and lust and all that. And we have a great series.
Yeah, and you've got a heck of a cast with you. Kate Bosworth, Carrie Elwes is in this show with you.
From Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Oh yeah.
From that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And I play a character. His name is Sam Bruckner. He's a real estate tycoon. He's from Indiana, but he's a real estate tycoon who has aspirations of political office. So
where have we heard
in
that
New
story?
York City.
Yeah, exactly. Where have we heard that story these days?
Yeah, there's a few of those around, but he's not Donald Trump. But it was kind of amazing because as we were shooting, Donald announced, and we already had like 5 episodes in the can.
Yeah, and it's on Crackle, The Art of More. What is your last question for you? What's your favorite sports movie? Which one do you think is? If you had a show with just one movie to one person about a sports movie, what would that be?
I love the Jim Thorpe story going back to Burt Lancaster.
That's old school.
That's the one I can first remember.
Right.
That really inspired me and made me want to learn about Jim Thorpe and to see his story.
That's old school, right?
That is old school.
Normally, when Burt Lancaster's mentioned in a sports movie, it's Field of Dreams. It's normally the one that gets thrown out there.
Yeah.
But
he was great in that.
He was great.
He was quite an athlete too. I mean, you go back to the swimmer as well.
Yeah.
But.
Well, you've been in great sports movies and great movies all throughout your career, and it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you. I would like to mention that
Sure.
you can just download Crackle, and everything on Crackle is free.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay another service, and it's easy to get. And
Crackle.com.
You can watch it on any device.
Absolutely. You get your app. I have my Crackle app.
Cool.
I've got that. Yeah, Crackle.com. And right there, Art of More, sitting right there. Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate you coming on. You bet. That's Dennis Quaid right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.